Hi everybody, this is Linda. I did post that I wasn't going to do Sunday paper fun today because I had so much going on today. But I did get home in time. I was at if you guys follow me on my regular Facebook page, you know that I was in a cookie swap. So I didn't know how long it was going to take me to drive home because it's a little distance from where I live. So anyway, I did make it, so I am going to go ahead and do Sunday paper fun with you. First though, I wanted to show you, oh yes, I want to show you my cute little treat that I made, but I'll go ahead and get this turned around so you can kind of see things up close. Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right, yay. So we're on. Let me show you what I did for my cute little exchange. My friend does stuff for Etsy, and she was doing some wine things that she had done, and she had these left over and she was getting rid of them. And so I made this little Santa bag. Isn't that adorable? Hi, Joyce. And so I thought this would be cute to put my cookies in. And so she just said, take them. I'm done with them. So if you want them, take them. So what else I did was I just folded it down and tied it and then wrapped a ribbon around it and made a little tag. And then my cookies are all inside, tucked in there nice. But isn't that a cute little Santa? So I was really, thank you. Like we had a little interruption with my internet. Sorry about that. Thank you, Chris, and her beautiful daughter, Melanie, for doing the cookie swap. It is so much fun to get a nice variety of cookies. If you guys have a bunch of friends that you want to get together, that's a great way to get a nice variety of cookies for your parties or whatever you are planning to do or even just for yourself. Just get a nice little variety of cookies for yourself. I'm trying to see which way this goes. Okay, got this like this. All right, so getting to our card today, I am going to be using this beautiful paper. It's Seasons of Nest or Winter Nest, I think is what it's called. And you can tell I've used it. I've made some layouts. I've made lots of cards with it. It's just really pretty. I think I've shown some other cards that I've done with it. It's got this really pretty scene here. It's got this wood. And then, of course, on the opposite side, there's some other little things. What I'm going to show you is this really pretty paper. I love this. Look at all these beautiful birds, too. But this, it came with a die cut, these birds, a stamp and a die cut. So what I did was I die cut these birds. It came with, usually the paper comes with like a couple sheets. Look at, I still have a whole sheet left. So I just love these birds. And so I die cut those out. I didn't even have to color them, but there is a stamp that comes with it, and you can stamp it and then color them too. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you what I did with the card. Kind of combined this Nuts of Winter, I think it's called, with the Christmas traditions or the die cut from Christmas traditions, because I love this die cut that came with this set that has this really pretty fern that goes, hi, Ruth. So glad you came here. Yes, I love the paper too. So anyway, I thought I would go ahead and show you a really quick card. And show you a couple tricks on how to do it. So let's start with the 6x6. You can get 4 cards out of a 12x12. You just cut it in 6x6 this way. And then I'm going to cut it 6 again. And then I'm going to turn it. And then I'm going to cut this at 5.5. And then I'm going to, let me think here. Okay, then I'm going to take this, and I want this at 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4. So that would be 1 1/4. Okay. Oh, no. I want to turn it. Okay, sorry, guys. All right, so I cut this at 5.5. So this would be your card, the card side that will fit in the envelope. So this is the 6-inch side. So now I want to turn it so this is 6 inches this way, and I'm going to turn it so that it's at 5.5, 4.25. Duh, 4.25, and that's going to give me about 1.75 of an inch flap, which is what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to score it there. Okay, I got to calm down so I can tell you guys the directions because it's just been crazy weekend. All right, so this is going to be kind of like the card base. That is for a 12 by 12, and that's how you would cut it for a 12 by 12. You could get 4 out of that. If you were going to cut it with an 8.5 by 11, you can also do it. All you're going to do is cut it in half. Let me see if I have an 8.5. I don't have it down here. I have it already pre-cut. But let me grab another color. This is going to be wild for Christmas. But here's an orange piece. This is an 8.5 by 11. So what you're going to do for that, you're going to cut it like a normal card. You're going to cut it at 5.5. And then you're going to want to cut this at 6 inches this way. So you can make it with either size paper. And then you're going to have this little extra flap to use for something else. And then you're going to take it and score it at 4.25. And that will give you the same, so it fits nicely in your envelope. And then you have this little flap. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do with that. Oops, I'm sorry, I moved the camera. That little flap. I'm going to put this away. So I'm trying to stay a little more tidy. Because if you saw my craft room, it's like a huge explosion because I'm trying to make Christmas cards and get them out in time. And you know how it is. All right, so this one we already did. This was with the 6 by 6. And so you can see this is going to be your standard card. It's 4.25 by 5.5. And then we have a 1.75 inch flap, which is perfect. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some white on the inside for my sentiment. And I think I'll go ahead and stamp that first in Memento, although you could use whatever color. Oh, this is mossy green. Let's see, there's 2 greens. One is mossy. I think the mossy is the darker one. And then the other one, I'm still learning the colors, guys. I've been doing this for over a year and I'm still learning their colors. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this with just Merry Christmas. And I'm sure you guys have stamp sets that you can use. And just make sure that I push it down really, really good. And there's my Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. And that's really pretty much the only stamping I'm going to do on this card. So then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. And I thought, well, here's another lesson to learn. I ran out of adhesive. So let me show you. This is the Stamp and Seal adhesive. It comes in this cute little bag, and it has a little zipper. And it's kind of a fancy little bag. I don't know, should I use this bag for something else? You know I don't like to throw things away. So here is the replacement, and I'm going to stick it in this way. Okay, so we're going to learn together here, I think. So it goes in those little holes like that. Stamp and Seal. And then I'm going to turn it, then you just click it back together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this. You could also use the green glue. And a lot of times for this kind of stuff, I do use the green glue. And so I'm going to just line this up so that it looks really centered. And let's get this out of the way. That will give me a little extra room. And then this piece here, I cut, it is a, let's see. Let's get this in. So this is 4.5 by 3.5. And then the next piece is this really pretty embossed piece. This is the wreath from that Christmas Traditions embossing. And I just love how it does a wreath, but I did it smaller. This piece of paper is a 3.25 by 4.25. And so you can see I have this beautiful thing around it, around the edge, but then this is, the center is plain. Now you could put like a sentiment in there if you wanted. There's lots of things you can do with that. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this onto this piece here. It's like, surprise, I made it home, I can do this. This is how Christmas is, isn't it? Well, I don't know, maybe not for everybody, but for me lately, it's like every day has been just packed full of stuff. Yesterday, my granddaughter had her little dance recital, which was just absolutely wonderful. And I love this time. It is very, very busy, but it's so exciting and fun. So then I'm just going to line this up like this. And so I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right here on the edge. You can use either your Stamper Seal and I want it right down to the end here, or you can use the white glue. Normally I think I would use the white glue, but I got this here. And then I'm going to kind of just make sure I've got it even, nice and even. I just love embossing because it just brings everything up a step in your decorating, and I think it's just so beautiful. All right, so here is this really pretty little bluebird. I'm going to put him on there, and then this you can use. You could use this green, which is I think current. It's called Mossy Meadow and Gold, and it's got this little gold shimmer. It's such pretty ribbon. I really love it. It's so decorative. But I also had this, and I'm not sure if they still have this or not. It's called Pretty Peacock and Gold. Look how pretty that is. And I just thought that kind of blended with those birds. So I'm going to go ahead and use the peacock, but you could use either one of those colors. They're so pretty. Okay, now find my scissors. And then I'm just going to loop it like that and then just cut a little angle. And this is pretty similar to the card. We've made a card like this before, only it was a gatefold, so it folded on both sides. This one's just slightly different, but very similar. I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on my little tiny loopity-loop. And kind of, let's see how I want it. I think I'll put it like that. And then maybe like that. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and put them on the back of my bird that I cut from the die, from the paper. I just love that about some of the papers, that you can, you know, stamp and color it in, but you can also just cut it from the die, which makes it a little faster when you're behind and getting your Christmas cards out, like me. So, of course, I don't always send Christmas cards to everyone anymore because, well, besides the fact that it's extremely expensive, but also because, well, it's just, it is, you know, there's special cards. But I do like to make cards for different reasons. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to just put that in the center so you can see this beautiful embossing all the way around it. We got the little ribbon as a little thing, and then there is your pretty little card. And you open it up, and it says Merry Christmas. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I have a red one here because there's this bird. Oh, there's this bird here. I got to fix him a little bit. His tail got a little, he was probably at the end of the paper, and I kind of like just caught his tail a little bit there. So we're going to do the exact same card. Oop, I guess I need my scoring blade back. So this is the 5.5 side. I'm I'm going to turn it to the 6-inch side. This is 6-inch. Am I in the camera? There we go. 6-inch side. I'm going to bring it down to 4 1/4. So it makes it the size of my card or envelope, so I can put it in my envelope. I'm going to score it right here. And here we go. And then I'm going to fold this on the fold. I'm going to take another piece of white paper. Guess I will stamp it again with Merry Christmas, because I got my stamp right here. And the Merry Christmas comes from another Stampin' Up! Christmas one. It was part of the Christmas Traditions package. It has all these really pretty dies in it too, for messages and stuff, which is really nice. I could show those to you, but I think they're on the other side. They might even be upstairs. Okay, because this is a spur of the moment kind of thing. So then I'm just going to stamp this here, Merry Christmas. And I smudged it, so we'll have to do something with that smudge. Maybe I'll cut out a little bird and put it right there, because anytime you have a little smudge, it's an opportunity to make it even prettier. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my adhesive and put this in here like so. And I'll just have to cut or stamp, find a little something to stamp right there to cover that little smudge. I think it's my fingerprint. Oh my goodness, and I got one down here too. Oh well, we're gonna have something going on there. Okay, so I probably should clean my fingers off before I do anything else. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna fold this here. Then I have the same size here. This is 3.5 by 4.5. This one, I cut first, always cut first and then emboss, so you can center your wreath so that you have that in the middle. And like I said, this would be pretty just to have on there, and you could put a little sentiment right there in the middle. It's so pretty, and stamp it. It'd be so pretty. This is at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and it fits just perfect in that little spot. So we're going to go ahead. This is same card, exactly the same card. Only this one, I'm giving a little bit of myself because I have a fingerprint on the inside. This is my signature. I put my fingerprint there. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and just put adhesive on this side. And this is actually, this color is called Real Red. It's a bright and happy color. And there's that. And then I had my little robin. There he is. Okay. So with this one, I think I'm going to use a little bit of fern in the back because he's kind of tiny. These guys, you know, there's 2 of them and they got their big vine there. So I'm going to go ahead and this die cut that came from the Traditions of Christmas. And I will show you that to you in a second here because I see it, it's over there. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little adhesive on this. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through the whole thing. And we're going to go ahead and put this here. And then I'm going to get some green ribbon. Love this ribbon. Isn't that good? It's just so pretty on both sides. It's just real shimmery. It's just, I like shimmery, you know, for special things like, and of course Christmas is very special. So I'm going to make another little loopity-loop. I'm going to get a little glue dot right here. Put the glue dot on this one. It'll stick. Make sure I'm still in the camera. Oop, put that there. Okay, and then let's see. Yeah, I think I want it like that. And I'll put this one like this way too. And there's that. And then I'm going to get my dimensionals, stick them on the back of my really pretty robin here, my winter robin. I I haven't seen any robins. I have seen some blue jays, and lots of deer this year. We have deer that are in our backyard, and those deer are, I don't know if we'll have any grass left because they've been digging our yard up. First I thought, what the heck, when I first saw all of that mess out there. Yeah, they go right to the ground and get it out. So I'm gonna put this little piece right here on his tail, and then we'll pop this little robin up. Yeah, it's kind of fun. My granddaughter, I may have said this before, but it was so cute. I had her the other day for a snow day. And then we're going to put this really pretty robin right there. And there is another beautiful Christmas card. Anyway, she saw the deer outside our window. And it was so cute because she goes, Santa's, oh, they're not reindeer. Did I call them reindeer? Well, that's what she called them. She said, Santa's reindeer are in your backyard. And I go, yes, they are. So it was really darn cute. I just enjoyed that so much. It's so fun when you have littles because they just say so many cute things from their heart, you know, and it's just adorable. Okay, this stamp goes with the Christmas traditions of Christmas paper, and it's called and it's also a suite which comes with all this, but the actual stamp is called Christmas Greenery, and it has these beautiful stamps. And then inside here is all these different, these go to the stamps, but they also go to the paper and Christmas traditions. And then they have these extra pieces, which is like this greenery piece here, and then this fern that I've been using nonstop because it's just so cool. All right, I think that is a wrap, guys, for our Sunday paper fun. I am so grateful that you guys joined me. It is a lot of fun doing these cards, even though I feel like I'm really behind on everything right now. But hopefully, I do have a couple of days off, so I'm going to hopefully get a little bit caught up. So anyway, happy Sunday, happy week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.